Hi, Aries. Welcome back. Thank you for being here. I guess we'll start with these red wisdom of the oracle cards for you guys, Aries. Most important vital advice to allow Aries to succeed. Okay. Chaos and conflict 33. So you could be changing your mindset regarding give and take dynamics for your daily routine. Let's hear how you communicate regarding this. 33. Okay. Disarray being at cross purposes with another, the tension of opposites, uniting the opposites to manifest, the value of chaos before order. So realigning things in your life, you could see lots changing. Opposing forces come together to create turbulent atmosphere, but consider the value of chaos that serves you well. Chaos is a ladder, right? From Game of Thrones. As you become unmoored by it, scattered to the winds, you leave behind parts of yourself you no longer need and disperse seeds to reinvent yourself anew. Although the conflict appears to exist externally, its essence is also internal, projected outward and causing disarray. So maybe you need to center yourself. You may find yourself at cross purposes with someone else facing a storm you feel you can't control, yet every storm passes, and the chaos leads to a reordering of things. Conflict provides a way to see more than one side of a situation. Look upon this as just a moment in time when you may need to take shelter and step away from the fray. Don't be too eager to fight. This is a time to understand rather than be understood. And there's also a theme of kind of, reestablishing stronger foundations going forward, or different foundations, changing your home life maybe specifically. Stubbornness is keeping you in a state of opposition. The incessant need to be right all the time only serves to prolong a conflict that deep down you want resolved. This is an opportune time to learn about your values, your sense of self, and what's really important to you. Some things are non-negotiable. If that's true, it's not necessary to fight. Can you find a way through the stormy emotions to higher ground? Soon the air will clear, so maybe you're establishing boundaries, and you will be in a much better place than before, for the storm will have passed, blazing a path for new growth in its wake. And Aries rules the first zodiac sign, so it's always the beginning, the initiator, the conqueror, the soldier that takes the first step in new land. Things can become electric and enlightened, always better than before, if you use this time constructively. Interesting. Circumstances appear. I'm getting the song by John Mayer, Blue, so maybe you're focusing a lot on the color blue. Circumstances appear to be chaotic, but everything is happening now is in truth shaking things up, so you can find the real path to prosperity. It might be like actually awakening intuitive abilities as well. Maybe you're leaning on your emotions, or Pisces. We're gonna have a lot of Pisces, Virgo eclipses for the next year, so that could be a new focus on your life. What's your relation to your subconscious, to your psychic abilities, to your emotions? Yes, it's a stormy time, and it feels as if there are opposing forces wherever you turn. Be reassured that there is divine purpose in this chaos. Everything that doesn't work is being taken from you. So the truest parts of yourself remain. The events occurring now are essential for your ultimate prosperity. So maybe there's a restructuring to allow you to build on a stronger foundation for your long-term security. This chaos is divinely inspired, even though it doesn't appear that way now. In time, you will know this to be true. It's kind of giving like maybe there's like a storm around you and it's causing like breakage, breakdown, and then you need to kind of fix things that were broken, or re-strengthify things, or realize where the foundations might need to be um, what do you call that, like reinforced. Aries, and what actually needs to give way. Again, we see forming structure, solid foundations, everything we were talking about. You see a lot of water and stones. The only thing that can really erode solid structures or stones is water. Water is the final element of the zodiac before the Aries kicks off the new cycle again. We do have an Aries North Node right now, so leaning into your Aries qualities in a healthy way with Chiron there as well, and Aries will lead you to good karma. So this is about focusing on yourself, um, initiating things by yourself, being independent. Type 5, you're coming out of a sense of lack. You don't need codependency, especially if you're moving beyond the past. If you've had any issues with other people in your life, or the opposing people, because sometimes the seventh house is opposite of Aries. Aries is the first, Libra is the seventh. Libra rules partnerships. It's the other person coming into your life, right? So it's commitments, it's business contracts. So there could be a kind of healing of this. Maybe you're discussing this with somebody, you're just journaling to yourself, or kind of contemplating these things, coming out of a sense of isolation, maybe realizing how to actually make changes in the present that allow more abundance in your connections and partnerships, and how you relate to your emotions in your relationships. Maybe being less closed off or resistant. There could have been something, maybe you need to check out your South Node, something you were familiar with, or something you need to move beyond in a way. Maybe these are relationships in the past that you're realizing maybe you didn't have a strong sense of self-esteem, or there was a sense of doubt in those relationships, and you're moving beyond them into the future. We will get you tarot. Aries, tell us what you need Aries to know. Seven of Cups, you could be looking at your options, really processing a lot of emotions, options, seeing which one's the best choice. Any other messages? There could be a level of confusion or needing to see something clearly emotionally as well, something you've been overburdened with for a long time, maybe choices you've made in your relationships or power plays that came into play in your relationships that caused a breaking up or a severing or something, and need to leave something behind, a certain method of interacting with people, a give and take with other people, or even just mentally, how do you process give and take dynamics in your life? Have you been protecting your emotional boundaries? Have you been overly protective, etc.? Maybe with Nine of Pentacles coming out, definitely there's a need for independence, for long-term security. Maybe you need to let go of certain things as well, maybe structures or ways that you could have focused on your finances, or your strategy towards that could be changing. You could be seeing a different perspective, something that allows you to adopt different strategy. Aries, most important advice. Journey in the reverse. So maybe you're not taking a trip, maybe you're staying home at this time, or you're kind of getting your foundations in order before you go on a journey. But let's see, 24. Okay, you might be turning away from your path. You might be engaging in self-sabotage, even though you may not be consciously aware of this. So we did speak about the subconscious being relevant, especially with the North Node going to be, I believe, in Pisces next year. So there's a big focus on how can we move towards our good karma in relation to our subconscious, our emotions, what are our emotional patterns, how have we had eroded boundaries in emotions, and is there a victim martyr complex or what? Self-sabotage can manifest in hanging on to someone longer than necessary. Self-sabotage can also manifest in behaviors like indulgence, judgment, procrastination, fear, false humility, or feelings of shame or guilt. Every time you engage in these behaviors, you step further away from who you're truly meant to be. If you find yourself in similar circumstances repeatedly, it's because you're choosing to ignore lessons that need to be learned. These could be subconscious patterns that are coming to the forefront so they can be worked on, right? Trust in the Great Spirit and accept what needs to let go. Otherwise, the weight could become so great you can no longer move along your journey at all. Interesting. This could be maybe a new path or a new gateway opening up in self-esteem or finances in general. But I hope you like this reading. Please hit like, comment, share, subscribe, or hit the Buy Me a Coffee link if you want to leave a tip. You can also get a personal reading by messaging me on Telegram. Thank you.